Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new, make sure that you subscribe, that way you'll never miss out on another pick a card reading. I do one on my channel every single Friday. Today it's going to be a really fun one, okay? So today we're going to be getting into a message that listen, there is always messages out there for us, floating around in the ethers, floating around from our ancestors, from our spirit guides. There's always messages. It's just the fact of how we can tap into it, how we can lower our resistance and our fears and insecurities and doubts and traumas and limiting beliefs, all that stuff, right? So these messages are always going to be around us. It's just how can we tap into it? So we're going to get into that today. I thought it would be a really fun one. So let's get into your pile. You're going to pick either a pile number or a sticker, okay? I thought this would be really fun. I love the aesthetic. So you're going to pick pile number 1 or the Wild Soul sticker. Pile number 2, the Om sticker. Or pile number 3, the Free Spirit sticker. If you resonate with more than one pile, that is perfectly fine. If you want to watch all 3 piles, there might be messages in there for you in each pile. It's all on how your intuition leads you. Always follow it, and that's how you learn to trust it as it guides you and to become stronger. Okay, so with that being said, before we get into your reading, really quickly, you guys, I am doing a bay leaf collective spell, and if you want to reserve your spot in my spell, I'm going to be doing this on the night of the new moon on the 27th of August, and you can book your spot on my Etsy shop, and the link is down below. You don't have to do anything. All I'm going to need is your full name, and you are going to be, I'm going to be burning a bay leaf in your name with my spell and my ritual, working with my guides and things like that. So if you're interested, details are down below. With that being said, let's see how you can unlock these messages that are floating around all around you, okay? Pile number 1, my Wild Soul. My Wild Soul group, okay? There's a lot going on here. There's a lot that I feel like you're being called to do in order to unlock these beautiful messages that are all around you. First of all, I feel like a lot of you are being called to, okay, so there's 2 different messages here because it is a collective reading. Some of you guys are way too fiery, way too like sharp with your tongue, and very ambitious and very driven. And in that drive and in that ambition, you kind of forget to show compassion, or you forget to look at the things around you that you're grateful for and that make you feel good. Now, for the next group, it's some of you that need to bring out more of this ambition within yourself. It's more, like some of you need to bring this confidence out within yourself. You know, when we're not confident, when we forget to show gratitude and we forget to look around and see the things that we are blessed with and see them and be grateful for them, and when we're not when we're not allowing ourselves to show compassion, we're in a low vibration. And when you're in a low vibration, it's very hard to see and hear and experience the messages from, like, you know, ancestors and like the different realms that are around us, if you believe that. You know, just in the spiritual world, there's messages floating all around us. And it just takes us to just relax into ourself. And, you know, sometimes all it takes is you just go to sleep that night and you'll dream about something, and it's actually just a message that actually ends up helping you, or, you know, gives you an answer, gives you clarity, or makes you feel really good. Something, right? So what we need to do is open these doors in our minds. And right now I feel like some of you, the block is that you're very overly ambitious, very overly driven, and a little bit egotistical, and kind of like you allow your ego to take over most of the time, because, you know, sometimes we mistake our ego that it's trying to protect us, and sometimes it does. Like, you know, like you find something really beautiful in your life, but the ego will be in the back of your mind like, can you trust it? So sometimes, you know, we do let the ego win, and we just kind of see it as the ego's just trying to protect you and things like that. So sometimes you can become overly like allowing your ego to control you too much. And if you do, then it's going to be very hard to see the messages that are meant to come to you, to help you, to guide you, to bring luck and to bring love and all this stuff to you. So the next two things that we have here is the sacral chakra and then the watermelon tourmaline. So watermelon tourmaline is a very beautiful crystal, and it's for heart healing. Like, you know, people who have experienced trauma that really affected like your emotional state, you know, heart issues, even like physical heart trauma and stuff like that. This is a really good crystal. And I feel like the messages are here. Isn't this funny? Like heart healing and then heart. There's this energy where you have your heart so guarded that it's hard for you to trust any messages anyways. So even though you're like wanting to see what the spirits have to say, you know, what messages they have for you, a lot of you are blocking that because you just kind of won't even trust it if it comes. So what I'm going to need you to do is just accept that wildness about yourself, that wild soul. This book just popped into my head, and it's called Women Who Run with the Wolves. Let me grab it really quickly. It's right behind me. But on my Patreon, I talk more about this book. I love this book to death. Like, bury this book with me. I love it. And here's what it is. Women Who Run with the Wolves. This is what it kind of reminded me of, is so many aspects of heart healing in this book, specifically for like females or like feminine figures, if you identify with female or whoever. This book will help whoever, whatever you identify as. It's just a very meaningful, such a beautiful book, and it teaches you so many different like archetypes of the feminine and how they dealt with it and how they came out of it, how they fought their way out of it. It's just a beautiful book, and it just reminded me of that, so I showed you. But you guys are wild souls, and don't tame that, don't domesticate that. Of course, be responsible and stuff like that, okay? But like, you know what I'm saying. And the sacral chakra is your creativity and your self-love. So here, this is something that I can tell you that physically that you can do to tap into your messages that are supposed to come to you, is do something creative. What is creative for you? Like for me, this is weird, but it's cleaning. I love like finding new creative ways to clean. I love cleaning in general. And then like, what else? Gardening, puzzles, painting, stuff like that. So what is it for you? For some people it could be dancing. For some people it could be, I don't know, working on cars, you know, whatever it is that makes you feel creative. It makes you feel like you love that part of yourself, that when you're doing something you love, you fall in love with yourself. Okay. And this is what is needed right now, for you to fall back in love with yourself, whether you're in a relationship or not. That's what's needed right now. And watch what happens. Watch the things and the messages that you receive through dreams, through however, you know, whatever it is you need, however the spirits want to bring it to you. These are the things that you're going to have to do. For a lot of you that do practice working with fairies, I feel like, you know, set up your garden nice for them, maybe give them a little sweet little offering, a crystal or something, but that's only if you do practice that. And then for some of you, I also want to tell you, work with green colors and orange colors, red colors, yellow colors, pink colors. These are going to be very good colors to kind of help you using color magic, and so that these messages can, you know, you can lower your resistance so that these messages can come through even faster and quicker. So that's going to be your reading. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to book a personal reading with me, we can go more in detail about all of this, and I'll leave my email down below. That is my only email, and that's the only place you can contact me for a personal reading, and then we'll go from there. And I can't wait to work with you guys, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye. Pile number 2, or everybody that picked the Om sticker. Very interesting messages that I see for you guys here. And next week, we are having a new moon in the sign of Virgo. So make sure you have your notifications on and you're subscribed to my channel so that as soon as my video comes out, you see it, because there's a lot of messages in there that you're going to be seeing that coincide with this reading. The new moon is in the sign of Virgo next week on the 27th, and so you guys specifically are going to be feeling this extra strong. So you have to watch that video. There's so many messages in there for you, but I'll get into a few of it today. New moon, Virgo, of course, right? We got that out of the way. That's confirmation enough. You guys are going to be feeling a lot. And just off the top of my head, what I can say is that you're going to be paying a lot of attention to paperwork, revising paperwork, contracts, revisiting just paperwork and contracts and legal stuff, revisiting it, revising it, creating a new one, tossing out old ones, stuff like that. A lot of you are going to be extremely detail oriented around this new moon, which means like you might just be a little bit extra nitpicky about the things in your house or the things around you, or like maybe a little bit of mess is going to start bothering you, or maybe like, I don't know, the things you're going to be nitpicky about is going to be like cleanliness. Virgos like to be neat and articulate and just organized, and they just do not like chaotic stuff. Chaotic things take away from your energy, like especially when it comes to physical materialistic things that like maybe you have just kind of hoarded, or you just have a bunch of things around that you don't touch or you don't use. It's collecting dust. New moon is a perfect time to get rid of those things too. Now we have the World, which is a wish manifested. So the reading here is about how you can unlock these messages that these spirit guides have for you. And what I see here is you don't really have to do too much. You just have to make sure that you relax. Om is to me telling me and asking me to tell you, you need to relax your energy. Maybe you're just a little bit too tense in your shoulders. You're just a little bit too tense. Your energy might be on guard, or maybe you have a lot of anger. Maybe you have a lot of sadness. Maybe you are extremely stressed out. These kinds of emotions and these kinds of feelings block our ability to see messages and guidance that our spirits might sometimes have for us. So it's very important. That's why we have to practice relaxing. And how is it that you relax? I want you to go comment down below. Tell me so that I can go and see it and like it. How do you relax? And I want you to make a promise to me of when you're going to do it. Okay? And I'll go and like it, okay? And another thing we have here is Pisces. So Pisces is all about being imaginative, being empathetic, and being adaptable. This is so funny. So, okay, hold on. If you guys are part of my Patreon, I think it was on Patreon, we had these two cards come together, and it was about Virgo. Oh my God, I don't know when I did that reading, but it was these two cards that came together, and they just came together again. But it's very important for you to be, in order to receive all of these beautiful messages, because I feel like there's certain messages for you that are really going to open your path and grant you your wish and all your wishes faster. But you need to be a little bit more imaginative and not just think of everything in the lack form, or not just think that this won't happen for me, or how is this gonna ever happen for me. Don't think like that. Imagine the good. Okay, imagine, what are you gonna wear when it happens? What are you gonna wear when you manifest this? Think about that, because these are the keys that are gonna unlock these messages. Think about these things and be empathetic towards yourself and others. I feel like some of you, it's so hard for you to relax that sometimes you're snappy and you're a little bit irritable and on edge. So just be a little bit more empathetic towards yourself and towards others. and be adaptable to your situation and your circumstances, because sometimes things happen that we don't understand why they're happening. But look at this, I connect with nature at my own pace. I was waiting on this card. I was like, I'm gonna wait because I don't know what to completely say about this card just yet. So I waited and waited. I came to this card about to read it, but I stopped. And now I know exactly why, because this card had a message, but it needed that story to be told. We have these mushrooms here, and it's connecting with nature at your own pace. So what did I say? You have to be adaptable to your own situations and circumstances, because if you look at a garden or a plant or a seed that ever has to bloom or sprout, when you plant it, you have to kind of wait for it, you have to water it, you have to nurture it. But little do we know, inside the dirt, this little seed has to crack open in order for it to grow and pop out of the ground and bloom into whatever it's going to bloom into. And so I feel like what's being asked of you is to just keep that in mind. Sometimes just adapt to, like, okay, you know, sometimes we have to adapt to the nature's pace, the seed's pace. Because if we, after like 2 weeks, we're like, nothing's happening, nothing's sprouted, I'm just gonna stop watering it, it's not gonna ever sprout then, right? So sometimes we just gotta keep pushing just a little bit. Reliable, okay? Be reliable to that. Even though you're not seeing it just yet, you will. You will. And by the new moon next week, you will. But in order for you to unlock all of these secrets and things that are just going to guide you, and around this time, you're just going to be unlocking a lot of things, seeing a lot of things, hearing a lot of things. A lot of spirit guides are going to be guiding you. You're going to be seeing synchronicity and messages like 1111. A lot of you might see the Om sign a lot, you know, on cars or wherever. It's going to follow you for a bit. All of these messages are to guide you to what your wish is, so that it manifests. But maybe the spirits need you to do a little bit here and there, and they'll guide you to it, and you'll understand perfectly clear. But what I need you to do is relax, and remember, sometimes we have to kind of keep watering and nurturing something until it grows. And what is growing is your manifestation. And how you can water and nurture this is by relaxing your body and like just kind of self-care. A self-care message came in pile number 1. So if you guys want to go check it out, you might resonate with those messages in pile number 1. I also want you guys to work with the color purple a lot, because this is going to help open your third eye and also open your crown chakra. And our crown chakra is where we kind of connect with source. And it's going to help you a lot as well to connect with these messages that are meant for you. Now, I also want to say, working with your dreams. For a lot of you guys, dreams is going to be a big thing. Pay attention to your dreams, because you may have already unlocked so much, but you have to look at your dreams. And if you guys want a whole video on how to decode dreams, let me know. I can do that. But yeah, pay attention to your dreams. Have a dream journal. Write them all down. And if you want like a reading from me about dreams, contact me. We can go from there. My email is down below. That's my only email. That's the only place you can get a reading from me, okay? But I also want you to open your heart and set your intentions, because as soon as you set your intentions, these guides, they're floating around you. They're waiting for you to just, what is it that you want? And that's how you unlock these things. You have to let it be known. That's like, it's so beautiful how your guides are willing to help you, but you just kind of have to relax and all of those things. I would recommend you go watch pile number 1 too. And if you want to book a reading with me, I would be so excited to have you, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye. For everybody that picked pile number 3 or the free spirit sticker on my free spirit group here, I have some important messages for you. I have some very pretty, very important messages that I feel like it's gonna help you see more messages, like more guidance around you, just more things around you that are just going to help you, help you think clearer, help you get more ideas, help you just flow more free, and just really help you open up to what you truly want to become and like where you want to take your life. Of course, 100%, I definitely obviously see that you guys are free spirited and free spirits. But there's this message here, underlying undertone of why, where and why are you keeping yourself trapped? This is really funny because I have this video coming up. It's about the new moon in Virgo that we're having on the 27th of August. I would recommend you guys go watch pile number 2 because if you get, see my shaking hands? I need some coffee. And also, I think I'm anemic and all of that stuff, but I'm getting checked for all that. And thyroid. I think I have thyroid issues. And my doctor kind of already diagnosed it, so I'm kind of getting my diet right and stuff for that. So anyways, I don't know why that came up in the reading, but again, everything that comes up here, it's always, it's synchronistic, it's not coincidental. So for a lot of you, I feel like one of the biggest things that might be blocking you here is health. Getting your health right. For example, if you do suffer with thyroid, whether it's overactive or underactive, you kind of know that it does affect certain like daily activities and stuff like that. And before you understand what's going on, you're just like, what the heck is going on, right? So get your bodies checked out, get your bodies healthy, nourish it, feed it good things, take care of it, exercise it, take it on walks. Treat your body like it's your best accessory, because it literally is. Dress it up nice. And so I feel like something that's needed for you to open up to all of these beautiful messages that are there for you floating around your head is for you to take care of yourself and to be a little bit more free about how you express yourself, about how you dress and how you present yourself and how you express who you are, what your personality is. Do you love dark colors? Do you love light colors? Do you like to dress like a mermaid? Do you like to dress bold? Do you like to dress sexy? Do you like to dress however it is? What is your confidence? Where is your confidence? And we have here the Gemini. The Gemini is the twins. So I do feel like there's two different messages here. One is a lot of you, a huge block is the twins telling me there's some of you that are having relationship issues. It's like relationship where you are exerting so much of your energy into this relationship and it's draining your ability to tap into your spirituality and to see these beautiful messages around you. And messages can come in so many different ways. It can come from nature, it can come from when you're exercising, it can come from when you're riding on the treadmill, it can come from when you're cooking, it can come from when you're painting. It comes in so many different ways. But sometimes we get trapped into certain relationships and it blocks our ability to see these things and explore these things and open up to these things. So I do feel like for some of you it is that, and that's why you pick the free spirit. That's not for everybody, but I also feel like the messages that are coming in for you, they're about happiness. The sun popped up in your card, and the sun is something that lights up your reading. So I'm very happy the sun popped up here, and it came with the citrine card. And citrine is something that is for happiness, abundance, solar plexus chakra, and just money and wealth and abundance. And it's the crystal of luck, it's the crystal of money and wealth. Just such a beautiful energy of this card with the sun and citrine together. So the messages that are meant to be coming to you, for a lot of you, it has to do with money and happiness and wealth and just learning to laugh again and learning to brighten up your days. The sun comes to brighten everything up. Okay, now another thing is, for some of you, I feel like I want you to get your twinkle back. Okay, I want you to get, what is it that makes you twinkle? What is it that makes you spark up, that lights you up? Like, I always like to give an example. So for me, it's my cats. 100% it's my cats. And then, of course, like, I love to cook. I love to paint. I love to play with my dogs too. Like, there's so many things. I love to spend time underneath trees. For some reason now, I was never a fan of trees, but now I'm just like, it's like my muse. Like, sitting under a tree, it's like therapy. But that's just me. I want to give you those examples because it could be something as tiny as those things. But what I need for you to do is find that little twinkle back in your life. And what is it for you? And I want you to go in the comment section down below and tell me what pile you chose, first of all, and what is it that brings that twinkle back into your eye, and how are you going to get it back? I want to know, and I'm going to go and like your comment because I want to know. And I want to know that you guys are going to be doing it, because I completely know that you that are watching right now are fully freaking capable of doing it. And that's why you're in this reading. Another thing that comes up for you is temperance. So balancing things out in your life. When you start to balance things out in your life, you lower a lot of resistance. And in the spiritual world, it's easiest for them to connect with us when we lower our resistance. So you relax. You give your spirit what it needs to feel free. And in this case, I told you, like, what is it that brings that twinkle to your eye? Okay? And we need to balance that with the things that we need to be responsible for, of course, as human beings in this world, right? But we need to balance these things out, and so we can release our stress levels and release our resistance, whatever it may be, so that we can see these messages that our spirit guides and our ancestors have for us, so we can move forward with confidence. Solar plexus is confidence. Now, the last card that I want to talk about is this mycorrhizal fungi. And it says, connect with your soul community. For a lot of you, I feel like there's a message for you to connect more with people that are like-minded. Stop connecting with people that just drain you. Some of your connections are draining you, and you need to find the courage here to just distance yourself. You don't have to leave it. You can find balance. Maybe, spend not so much time with them and not consume so much of their opinions and stuff like that. And maybe not tell them everything about your life so that they don't have an opinion about, your life, and not plant stupid seeds in your head. But that's for some of you. But finding your soul community, connect with people that are more like-minded. One thing I learned is that when I moved out of the place that I used to live and I moved into this new area, the people here, there's a lot of people here. Like, if I go to a festival or a market or something, there's very like-minded people, very open-minded, very open to what we practice. Here on YouTube, if you're on my channel, we practice a lot of spirituality and crystals and herbs and oils, spell work and rituals, just stuff like that. And it's not accepted everywhere, but here it was nice. So it was nice to find like a community where they don't just look at you weird. And I talk more about that on Patreon, like my certain experiences about how when you change your look that kind of fits your own lifestyle, the attention you get. I had a really terrible experience at the first event I went to in like 5 years after the pandemic. And I tell a whole story time over on Patreon. But it is very personal and intimate, so, that's why I shared it on Patreon. But if you guys ever want to hear it, just go over to Patreon. There's over 200 videos over there. 200 videos you get from me extra, okay? But anyways, connecting with your soul community. And another thing is, over on Patreon, the community there, oh my goodness, these people, I'm so proud of all of my group on Patreon. These souls, these beings, these energies are the sweetest people on earth. If you ever need like to talk or anything, go in the comment section. These people are so sweet here. I am in love with my community on Patreon. And if you're there, you guys know who you are. I'm not going to say your names out loud, and I know who you are. Really, really appreciate it, and I love the community that we've built there. But anyways, this is the longest reading of the 3, and I do feel like it's because there was more messages, of course, and just connecting with people that that are more open-minded, connecting with people that accept and support your courage, connecting with people that see your free spirit and they support it. And another thing is that these people are genuine towards you, you know, with whatever decision that you make. And yes, these are the things that are going to help you kind of connect more with your spirituality and release a lot of resistance and all of that. But yeah, if you guys would like to book a reading with me, my email is down below. That is my only email that you can connect with me on for readings. And I will talk to you very, very soon.